Okay, so we are, what, January
I have no idea.
15th?
Sure.
Saturday was, yeah, so we're January 15th. We're out here in the Pacific Ocean. The dark is Seth Kobernick. I'm David Atwood.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for watching. And today is our last day of 8, right? Yeah, it's the last day of 8 in a row.
We ended up doing 7 out of 8 due to that one weather day.
Yeah. And
we had cold showers, so we tried to make up for it the best we could, but yeah, it was just a little bit too much that day.
That was a little too extreme when the ocean's tossing around the cavers, the telephone poles.
Yeah.
In the one thing about this beach that we're at, the Squabble Lagoon, there's a lot of driftwood here, and when we say driftwood, we mean trees.
Yeah.
Like they're full on logs.
Trees, yeah.
Yeah, and they're and when the ocean gets a little bit temperamental, she starts tossing those things around, and it's just simply dangerous.
Which really kind of grinds my gears, due to the fact that they prohibit fires on the beaches.
Yeah.
So now all the beaches fill up with driftwood, because usually the majority of that, as it comes up, would have been burnt in beach fires.
Yep, that's a good point there, Seth. Yeah. It's one of those things where unintended consequences, eh? But the funny thing was, and I don't know if did we record that day, the day where we had the big wind, the big waves, the day after?
I think we did, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that was intense, and some of those waves were the biggest we'd experienced.
Absolutely.
So even though it was more calmer, well, more palatable, I would say, it was still the most intense day we experienced as doing the cold immersion therapy. Anyways, so what's going on with you, Seth? What are the plans for the week? It's Sunday today, so what are your plans for the week?
Well, not much right now. Back to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
New position that I'm working at this week now, out of the crib. So
yeah.
Unfortunately, not with you fellows for the next little bit.
Yeah. Well,
we'll miss our
the void is felt.
Fireside chats.
Fireside chats on Fridays. Yeah.
But no, looking up. I feel good about January so far since the new year.
Yeah. Oh yeah, me too.
Lots of good changes are happening. So
lots of
just continue that momentum yourself.
Yeah, I like that. Myself, well, recently the union thought it prudent to vote me in as second vice president, which is a 3-year term.
We're in the water with royalty.
Which is funny because I've been telling people since 2019, 2020 is my year out, and here we are 2022, and I've just agreed to do another 3 years. So so there's that, and I feel already, just a couple of days that I've been the second vice, I've already felt people coming up to me and asking me for help, and I find that that's what I truly get the most joy out of is being that guy who can help people with their issues, you know,
Absolutely.
be it through contract or management or even dispute resolution kind of things.
Right.
So I really enjoyed the position. Well, I mean, so far it's only a couple of days, but yeah, I'm sticking around for a little bit, so that's interesting.
But not permanently. You do have a trip coming up at the end of the month that I bet you're looking forward to.
That's right. And yesterday I actually went out and bought a new suit for the trip. I'm going to Vienna and Spain in Europe. Oh, and that is funny. That reminds me of something I wanted to talk about. I made a list of things I do. Every New Year's Eve I make a list of things I do and things I want to accomplish. And one of them was to surround myself with ambitious people. And I love the people I have in my life, but some of them are not. I would not quote them as being ambitious people. They're very comfortable in where they're at.
Right.
So I was part of this group years ago called the Young Entrepreneur Society. I think they had to change their name because everyone part of the group is no longer young. But I reached out to the guy who started it yesterday. I haven't spoken to him in years, and I said, hey, you know, here's the situation. I want to start putting myself around people that are ambitious, motivated. I'm finding out about guys in their 30s that are millionaires,
Right.
and I'm thinking, I want to be part of that group. I want to surround myself with those kind of people.
Right.
And so I reached out to this guy, and next thing you know, he's like, do you play golf? We're meeting tonight to watch some of the football game. Do you want to come up to the Bear Mountain? And it's like, everything was just like instant. And the funny thing about that was I was instantly invited into his group of guys like this and the captains of industry, you know, the movers and the shakers.
Right.
And one thing that I tell a lot of people is when you're looking for something to change in your life, don't half-ass it, and be ready. Be ready for anything. Be ready for success, because sometimes success doesn't come in trickles like we think it does. Like working out,
Right.
people go to the gym, they don't see any effects right away, so they work out, and they slowly see this transformation. But when it comes to, I believe, the powers of manifestation and intention, you really have to be prepared for that one day. It's just a switch is going to switch and everything's going to work out, and you're going to go from unsuccessful to successful right away. And you got to be ready for that. I just want to get a shot of the moon over the water there.
Oh yes.
It's so cool.
This shimmering effect.
Yeah. The funny thing is, though, without the overcast, it is a little chillier this morning.
Definitely feels a little bit of that nip in there.
Yeah, and the nip in the water too.
Yeah. I think we're dropping trend right now for temperatures, so I think we're sitting at about 7.4 or 7.5 today.
Okay.
Dropping. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. The water's a little bit calmer. I feel like this just the swell, the rocking of the ocean.
yeah.
It's kind of nice. So, this new position you're getting into,
Right.
is it going to be a permanent thing? Or?
Honestly, I have no idea. I look at it as like if there was one position I could have in the facility where we work,
Mm-hmm.
aside from where we work in TSC1,
Yep.
this would be the position I'd want to be in.
Right.
So that's kind of why I kind of wiggled my way in there,
It's awesome.
was just to make myself the obvious candidate to take over the role
Cool.
should the need arise.
That's awesome. I like that idea of making yourself the obvious candidate. Like just being so
Absolutely.
available and prepared for the job before you're offered the job. Just making yourself obvious.
Like I know the guy that works there now, I think he's about 10 years out maybe from retiring,
Yeah.
but he's also looking to move up. So
You want to
figure,
get
you know,
that best five in, right?
being trained in that position and being the younger guy, I feel would be a positive benefit to have.
That's awesome. Yeah. So, anyways, folks, that's our time today in the cold water. I want to thank you for watching the show, and again, like I said, make sure you subscribe and click the notification button so you're always aware when something happens. And of course, smash that like button.
Get in the fucking water.